Good afternoon to all our MMTs. Time is 12:54 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That it is, and the date is 1/27 of 2015. We have right here before us Apple Computer, and here I'm going to push this down just a little, make sure it's there where everybody can see it clearly here, and it's right here. Right now, 162 million negative money flow. This that we have here is a 15-minute chart. This is where we started the trading day. What we are going to be looking for, that we are going to purchase Apple, and we're going to put a limit order on Apple. Everybody can see right here, right now, that's $109. We're going to put a limit order to buy Apple at 101.75 right now. Yeah, you heard me. This is before the fact. We got 6 minutes to the close. You got people selling. You got 69 million shares. Win, place, or draw, we are also going to put a short out just in case that they get that where we started out up here today at slightly below, 114. We're going to put a short out up and out of the money, on Apple at 116.75. There is your volatility. We will be covering it. We have 5 minutes to the closing bell. Everybody can see the 15-minute chart on Apple. They're bailing out of it. Look at that nice downtrend today. We pop it, just like with the broader market. We will be live here and now, minus $163 million on 70 million shares on Apple. You have a lot of people that own Apple, all your money managers, you got mutual fund managers, you name it, everybody wants to own it. However, we're going to find out what Apple is truly worth here in the next 4 minutes. One of the things that we want to feature is a huge sell program, minus 511,924,000, and the trades are settling out right now. Once again, it's 1:01 p.m., 4:01 p.m. Eastern Time. Today's date, 1/27/2015. Earnings date on Apple Computer. 77 million shares traded, down $3.97. The actual range was $3.44. And how many lows did we have? We had 376 lows in Apple today, and we only had 4 highs today. So that meant that Apple was a short starting out the day. If they were really bullish on Apple, you would have had 376 highs. No, you did not. Closed at 113.10 the prior day, and we're going to get that knee-jerk reaction. I also have a 15-minute chart that we are going to use on Apple. Yes, I do have shorts out there above the market at 116.75, and yes, I do have a long position out there that I would buy at 101.75 before the report comes out. So I'm going to go on pause. We're waiting on the earnings to actually come into play. We can see that it's moving up a little bit right here in this 15-minute chart on Apple, and we'll be covering the Yahoo one as soon as we're done with this Apple trade. You can see they're getting ahead of, they're buying in here right now, and we will come back when we have solid evidence. Learn how to trade after hours on Apple and the volatility that goes with it. All right, here we go. We got a 112 print. We got a 112, 111. It's off to the races. It's here. It's now. We don't know exactly what that headline is yet, but once again, learn how to trade. What? Apple Computer. Look at that volume rip. Look at it rip. Now, the guys that bought the 118s, we bought the 118s, and the thing about it is, Apple sees Q2 revs at 52 to 55 billion versus 53.7 billion. And we know that the headline right now is a tremendous knee jerk, and we're at that 115. This is really going to give the tech sector a big move. And also, just so everybody knows, we have the 118 calls. What I am going to do, we look at that big bar right there, right into that 115. Okay, the high on it though, let it be known that the high of the day was only 112.48. 112.48, and that spread at 115. Well, you go from the high and you go to that 113.10 was the close. They marked it down. There were big sellers. We got 80 million shares traded, and this is a bull off to the races. Yes, it's going to be exceptionally good for Google because what they delivered on outside of Alibaba, as far as Yahoo goes, and the Apple both, those two right there, we're going to get a big, nice gap. I'm watching the after hours print on Google. It's 522 now on the ask. So basically, we're at 116 and going higher right now. Look at that volume. We got 80 million shares. We got that baby running hard. Yes, it is. This is the after hour earnings. I've already said what the report was. I just want people to know that that preliminary number was 306 versus 260 capital IQ consensus. So revs were 74.6 billion versus 67.53 billion. Guess what? They're beating on that top line number. Yes, they are. Let's also find out what they're going to be doing on their par. So here, let me make sure I got the right one. Okay, I got it. So that's a nice thing. They beat by those revs. One of the other things I'll talk about, gross margins for the quarter are 39.9% versus the 38.4% estimation. Guidance of 37.5 to 38.5. How about that? Apple reports Q1 unit metrics, which we will be able to get into. Right now, this is an after hours trade. Everybody is going to want to buy and own Google. You can see this is a 15-minute chart, and we haven't stopped yet. So the short sellers that were on Apple are getting pounded right now. And the thing about it is, the volatility is here. The volatility is here. And it's here to stay. I can tell you that right now. And we're going to get more into the fundamentals after I can get out of this. But I want you to see the spike. I want you to see that high. Now listen, they're going to have to come out on a conference call for a, it's about time that they did something right to start with. Okay? Over the last couple of years, every time that Apple reports, it sells off the next day. So the people that got the options on it, we can clearly see we hit that 116, and there it is. This is where it closed. This is your knee jerk, 114 and some change right here. You can see that baby whipping. You can see that bar solid and strong right now in after hours with Apple Computer. One of the things that we will do is that we'll do the special coverage on the options on Apple Computer as to what those options look like today. And then again, the King Daddy opening bell gap is going to determine this monthly options expiration on what? Apple Computer. And, look, the numbers were right. The numbers were right. And they finally delivered a quarter. That's going to make a lot of bulls very happy. They'll try to take the Apple trade, and I'm going to talk about the rest of the markets and how they got cremated today. And when I say cremated, I mean cremated. And so Apple is a good fresh of air for everyone. However, we are going to go through our report very thoroughly and we're going to teach our MMTs how to interpretate an earnings report and how to trade in after hours and understand the knee jerk reaction. There will be a conference call, and Mr. Tim Cook will be talking about what their future looks like moving forward. And they did an exceptionally good job with that new iPhone up to 116. I will come back and do the option trades on Apple.